Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing something totally different from what I usually do. I am going to be telling scary Reddit stories from inside my closet. And if you hear like a bunch of grunting noise in the background, it's my dog. He's keeping me company because I'm scared. So yes, please enjoy today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I have two channels. This is my vlogging channel, and then I have a horror story channel, Cinnamon Babe Horror Stories. Please subscribe to both, and please enjoy today's video. I turned my closet into a cute little beauty room, and it's kind of like makeshift, and it's super cute and cozy inside here. I have my dog like locked in the room with me, and all the lights are off in the house. So I feel a little okay because he's literally outside the door. Keeping me company just in case, I feel too creeped out. So we're going to be telling like creepy Reddit stories that I found, and they're super scary. I was not expecting to find such scary stories. Like, I don't know, like usually I have to like kind of hunt for it. This time I just found so many, so I'm really excited to share them with you. It's a little hot in here, so I have my fam. But yes, let's get into it, and hopefully we don't hear any noises because I'm gonna be freaked out, because I'm telling you, these stories are already scary as it is, and I don't need nothing to be added to it. The kids are at school, my husband's at work, it's just me and my dog, so let's get into it. Story number 1. A few years ago, I was walking through the woods, off the beaten track a bit, and I smelt this really overpowering sweet smell. Being nosy, I pulled back the undergrowth to have a look, and I found a dead body. Like, that is... Like, first of all, why are you walking alone at night on a dark trail by yourself? Like, why are you doing that? Whatever. The guy had clearly been there a while and wasn't looking great, all swollen and green and black with various runny bits. The local wildlife had also been dining well for a few days. I called the police, who told me to wait with the body until they arrived. They would have got cussed out. Like, no, it is not my job to wait by the dead body. Like, take the coordinates from my phone that you tracked to get to my location, whatever you need to do. I am not waiting by no dead body in the dark by myself outside on a beaten trail. No. I sat there in the dark with him for a long time. Mind you, the smell is really bad. So you're waiting with a dead body alone in the dark in the middle of nowhere with a very bad decaying body. And he said it was swollen. Like, here's something to look up. Like, if you've never seen like somebody like who has like drowned, not saying that this body is drowned, but like somebody who has drowned, their bodies, they don't even look human anymore. Like, and then bodies swell up anyway when you like pass away and you start to like rot. Like, I can only imagine how horrible that looked. Like, don't look that up, but I don't know. It turned out he had committed suicide. For a long time afterwards, I had dreams about him, and he would talk to me and not say nice things. Mainly about how angry he was, about how I had disturbed him while he was resting, and he wanted me to kill myself. Are you serious? Oh my God. Probably just my imagination, but all pretty disturbing at the time. He still turns up in my dreams from time to time, and no doubt will be tonight after typing this. See, that's a demon. Like, oh my gosh, and it's telling him to harm himself. Like, that is so freaking scary. I give that story like a 10 out of 10. Like, that's 5 stars definitely, because that could be like a horror movie. Like, I don't know, like it would have to have like some really good writers to like fill in the blanks, like, but like a chiller movie, or one of those really good like not at theater movies that should have been in theaters type movies. Yeah. Story number 2. About 2 years ago, I was driving home from a family reunion pretty late at night, and the drive was about 2 hours. I didn't stay the night because I had to be back for work the following day. Most of the drive was on the roads with dense bushes and trees on the other side. The real creepy ones you see in a lot of movies. Anyway, I had been driving about 45 minutes and I was starting to get really tired. You know how sometimes you just suddenly become really tired out of nowhere? Well, yeah, that happened to me. I knew I wasn't going to last, but I didn't come across any place that I felt could be safe to sleep. Yeah, like, I understand it's like extremely dangerous to drive tired, but don't do what this person is about to do. Oh shit, I hear my neighbors, but it sounds so creepy. And if you hear like some heavy breathing, I have a Frenchie, so like, it's my dog. I'm just glad he's in here with me. After it became clear to me that I wasn't going to find a place to pull up and my tiredness wasn't going away, I did something very questionable. I pulled over to the side of the road, onto the grass, behind some bushes to try and hide my car from anybody else who was going to come past. The roads weren't empty. I came across another car every few minutes or so. I made a mental note that the time was 11:22 and then fell asleep. So you pulled off to the side of the road to go to sleep. It must have really been nothing. Sometime later, I was awoken by a scratching sound. I looked at the clock. It was 11:50. The sound stopped after a few seconds, and because I was still extremely tired, I didn't bother looking around and simply went back to sleep. I was later awoken by the same sound, and it was now 12:40. This time it really freaked me out because the sound didn't stop. The thought ran across my mind that it was just an animal inspecting the car, but why would it return almost an hour after it had left the previous time? I looked in my rearview mirror and just managed to catch a glimpse of something running away into the forest. Like, that's exactly what would happen if anyone decided to do that. Like, it's like the dark forces are just like waiting for you to do something stupid so they can pounce. Now, at the time, I thought it was the damn hook killer. You know, the one that scratched that couple's car and then slaughtered the guy when he got out to investigate. I never heard nothing like that. All the more reason not to pull over. Why do people get out to investigate anyway? Like, why is that even a thing? Like, oh my gosh. F that. I thought to myself, so I got the hell out of there. There was a bend no more than 100 yards up the road, and as I came around, there was a effing car parked off the side of the road with the driver's side door open. I slowed down just to look to see if anyone was there. There wasn't. Then I looked in my rear view mirror. I didn't see anything. And then all of a sudden this guy comes sprinting around the corner. He starts screaming at me, shouting stuff like, hey you, get the F out your car now. I noped the F out of there and sped off. I never saw the guy again. Moral of the story, don't effing sleep on the side of the freaking road. Like, I don't need to have an experience like that to catch that moral. Like, I know not to do that. Story 3. I had awesome parents who let me sleep in the living room on weekend nights when I was very young because my sister was a light sleeper and I could stay up until dawn. But of course, I always end up sleeping on the couch because Nick at Night made me tired. Yeah, as a kid, I didn't really like Nick at Night either. It was too adult, like, just a bunch of, like, boring, like, adult shows came on that I just was not interested in. So one night, I wake up at the prickly feeling, like an instinct, just bolted into a sitting position and started out. Oh my God, I cannot read. So I bolted into a sitting position and stared out the front of the window, or the front window. We lived in rural Georgia, so you can imagine that magnitude of trees. In perfect light cast from the moon, I see a silhouette of someone sitting in the effing tree ahead. The family dog dashes to the window and is snarling. The family dog dashes to the window and is snarling into the glass. Oh my God. First of all, how come in stories like this, like, people never have, like, curtains or blinds or anything? Like, they just have big, gigantic open windows. And I notice, like, rich people are like that, too, when they have, like, real fancy houses. I guess they consider, like, drapes and stuff tacky, but like I need drapes, I need curtains, I need something. Like I don't like just a broad open window for whoever's like snooping around to just stand there in the window and stare at me. Like, hell no. Terrified, I run into my parents' room and try to explain to my parents that there is a strange person outside. Dad grabs something defensive and darts outside with the dogs to beat the wax off the hothead. I tremble in Mama's arms until Dad comes home and says he saw no one and to go to bed. I decide to sleep in my regular bedroom. I fill my sister in as to what the heck? I fill my sister in as to what happened. Dad is making regular sounds in the house with a cup of coffee. All is still in the house and I can finally fall asleep. Nope, I noticed the man outside my window. From what I could see in the moonlight, he gives me a shush signal and runs away. Just turns around and runs a straight line away. I swear I could not stop crying for what felt like hours. That's, oh my gosh. Like, I feel like some people are just like mentally ill and just want to scare like other people. Like that's like their only agenda. They're not like trying to hurt anyone. They just want to like creep people out and scare them because they're like mentally ill, which is still bad because you on the other end, like you don't know what to expect and you feel like you're in harm's way. So either way, I'm calling the police. Story 4. Okay, so this is not supernatural, creepy, but is one of the most disturbing and surreal experiences of my life. One early morning a few short years ago, I am walking to my bus stop and eating a banana. It is dark, misty, and around 5 a.m. And I am internally debating something trivial, like if I want my daily Starbucks before or after the commute. As I approach the dimly lit corner on my street, a tall man in a black mask steps out of the dark alleyway to my left. Sleepy and disoriented, I barely acknowledge him. When he shouts, "Put down your effing purse," and points his gun to my head, things starts to click. The man says, "Put down your bags," and I tell him, okay, I'm putting my bag down over here. He orders me to walk over to him toward the alley and get down on the effing ground, and I agree. I'm coming, okay. My heart is beating a million miles a minute. Oh shit. Oh my god. A freaking stink bug is just in here. Oh, I hate those freaking things so much. Like, don't do that to me while I'm reading a scary story. Like, please leave me alone. Alright, so anyway, where was I even at? He says, get down on the effing ground, and I agree. I'm coming, okay. My heart is beating a million miles a minute, and my hands still smell sticky with banana. I know, I need to get away. I don't know why, but my mouth won't stop working. Look, see, I'm on the ground. My stuff is over there. Please just take my stuff. But he doesn't like it. Shut the F up, okay? He gets on top of me and puts the gun on my head. At this point, I should mention the fact that I'm on my way to coach a high school practice and I'm dressed like a dude. Huge baggy pants, hat, jacket. If not for my telltale voice, I'd look like a prepubescent 90s rapper star. Oh my gosh. Anyway, as the guy gets on top of me, gun on my head, he looks at me and pauses. I can tell you why I know this, but I swear that at this moment it clicks for him that I'm a woman. He gets off of me, stands up, and points to the dark alley. Come with me. And that's another thing that sucks about being a woman, because usually with men, if a man is robbing another man, they usually take their stuff, kill him, or don't kill him. Like, they'll beat him up, whatever, and then they just leave him alone, regardless if they kill them or whatever. But with women, as you all know, there's more to the story what they want to do to women. So it's like you get double the trouble as a woman, and it's just really sad. My stomach hurts. I remember that there have been a recent rash of sexual assaults in my neighborhood during the daytime, no less. When the man points down the dirty alleyway, my internal voice speaks the F up. Says voice number 1. There was no way in hell you're going down this without a fight. But he has a gun, you dipshit, replies voice number 2. Effing follow me, the real voice. His voice hollers. So I do what I do best. I talk. I'm coming. I'm following you. I call and the man makes a crucial mistake. He believes me. I take 1-2 tiny steps backwards toward the sidewalk and he turns his body and his gun toward the alley. This is my moment. I take a deep breath, tuck my head down in case he starts shooting, and start sprinting away. I hear a voice screaming in a high-pitched wail before I realize that it's mine. After running 6 or 7 blocks, I head back to my apartment, hoping he's not there to see where I lived. The police check out the alleyway an hour later, but the potential attacker is long gone. The only evidence of the encounter is my banana peel browning in the alleyway and the adrenaline rush that I couldn't shake for days. I would be lying if I said that experience doesn't bother me still, but I'm so fortunate to mainly be haunted by what ifs and not what dids. She definitely made the best decision to just try to get away, because someone like that, like I said, usually just kills you anyway, so why not try to just fight and get away? Because they just, don't comply. Story number 5. When I was in high school, I had a really good friend who lived next door to a house that was always up for sale. People would move out in the middle of the night without a word, and it hadn't had the same owner for more than 6 months. One night we were really bored and he suggested we go explore the house next door since it had sat empty for a while. We go around back, there's a dog door that we can crawl through, and he unlocks the door and lets me in. See, y'all are doing too much. Like, not only could something creepy happen, but you can go to jail for trespassing. Like, why are y'all playing? The house itself is really unremarkable. It looked like it was built in maybe the 1950s, and it was a craftsman. Oh, I love craftsman style. Like, I just love the way they look. My friend's house was similar built. The kitchen had a really nice built-in breakfast table set against the picture window. The house electricity was off, but you could see the street light through the window. And y'all did this at night? Like, come on now. My friend and I sat down on the floor across from the table and are just hanging and talking. Why, who knows? All of a sudden, my friend screams in the instant. My vision goes black. But it wasn't that I just couldn't see. My body was engulfed in this sickly coldness from head to toe. I start screaming and I feel my friend's hand grabbing mine and pulling me in some direction forcefully. My vision slowly comes back and I start to warm up when I realize that we're outside under the street light. It was December and should have been much warmer inside the house. That doesn't make sense unless the heat was on in the house. Yeah, don't go in nobody's house, please, like without their permission. What are you doing? Finally, I look at my friend and he looks scared. I'm really confused and I kind of panicked myself, and finally I asked what happened. He says that I was talking and a black thing, this figure that was all black and only had a vague shape of a girl, crawled out from under the table and sat on top of me. Apparently I started groping around with my eyes wide open, like I couldn't see, and he was so freaked out that he pulled me out of the house. What a good friend. Like, seriously, because some people would have just left him there and screamed and ran. Not saying that it's me. I don't know what I would have done in that situation. Don't ask. We're still friends. We bring it up now and then, but the story itself never changes, and it still sends chills down my spine. To this day, I never felt such blackness or coldness in my life. It was palpable, almost sticky. For a couple of days afterward, I couldn't shake this unsettling feeling, and I could never walk past that house again. Oh, I'm scared to get out of bed now. Oh my gosh. This is another really good story that could be like a movie. Like, and that was definitely a demon. Like, that house was haunted. That's why nobody freaking stayed there. Oh my gosh. I would be so like pissed off if I bought a house and it was haunted. Because like, I'm not leaving because it's my house and the market sucks right now. So it's like, I'm going to just have all the pastors I know come up in the house and just pray the paint off the walls. Because I'm staying. You're getting out. I'm staying. I'd be scared as hell, but I'm staying. I lived in a bizarre little house as a child. It was incredibly tall and thin, like an attached house, except freestanding with 3 floors, a basement, and an attic. It was full of quirks, such as 2 fully functional fireplaces, a shower stall in the center of the basement. I hate stuff like that. Oh my God, sometimes when I look on Zillow, I'll see like a toilet just sitting in the middle of the basement. Like, I will like literally pass a house by if I see that. Like, I don't want nothing to do with weird bathroom amenities in basements that are not even finished. A backyard so small that you could not take 5 paces without hitting the fence, and an old-timey rope pull dumbwaiter that led from the kitchen to my bedroom. That sounds creepy. I love that weird little place, but unfortunately it was incredibly old, and half of its charm was the fact that it had seemed to have been designed by an architectural conclave of lunatics. Yeah, a lot of old houses are like that, and that's why millennials are turning everything gray and white, because we're traumatized. We're traumatized by all the quirky, weird, cheesy, distasteful things that people put in interiors of houses from the 70s. I would say from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. People was doing way too much in houses, and that's why I am pro millennial gray. I'm not saying I'm a very creative, colorful person. Like, as you can see, I love colors, but only if you are a tasteful person and you know how to incorporate it and make it look nice in a house. Otherwise, I don't want a freaking green bathroom with orange shag rug. I don't want that. And eventually the repair costs exceeded that my parents were willing to sink into it, and we had to move. Preparing for the move was a chore. I packed most of my stuff myself, and I had taken to throwing stuff down the dumbwaiter and shoving all my clothes so thickly in my closet that they became a single solid brick of fabric. While clearing the closet out, in fact, I came across a feature I hadn't noticed before: an attic entrance to the roof. Being an adventurous kid, I opened her up, stood on the closed brick, and began my first and last exploration into the topmost part of this weird little house. The first thing I noticed was that it wasn't as dark as it should have been. The place was strung with old red Christmas lights, which still burned with leftover incandescence, and a dozen little cracks and holes peeped down into the bedroom below. Oh, Jesus Lord. That sounds creepy. The second thing I noticed was that the place was set up for habitation. The insulation was plasticed away. There was an old gurney piled with sleeping bags and sheets, and rusted mint green refrigerator, which still worked when I tested it. That ain't good. The third thing was bones. Oh my God. I was a kid at the time with a limited understanding of anatomy, but there were bones of all types shaped into a series of piles around the center of the attic, small and large, clean and white, from every and any imaginable sort of creature, haphazardly stacked in half dozen osseous clumps. 2 of them were blackened, as if someone had tried to burn them, and the walls nearest to those blackened piles were scrawled in dark bone charm messages. Mostly they were just smears, but the word sorry appeared more than once. That room had been sitting over my head for 8 years as I slept. So here are our last 2 stories. Like I said, I lose track of what number we're at, but here we go. Woke up. Clock says 3:34 a.m. It always does. I'm 17 and I'm in my bedroom. It's pitch black, but I hear some rattling downstairs. Terrified, I quietly tiptoe to my parents' room. Weird, it's empty. Where are my parents at 3:34 a.m.? Ooh, that's scary. Wake up and nobody in the house that's supposed to be in the house is in the house. Go upstairs to my brother's room. He's usually awake all night. But while the light is on, no one is in the room. So I guess whatever those noises are downstairs, it must be them. Why are they awake? Maybe someone died? I go downstairs, and in the middle of my living room is what looks like 2 men stealing our TV. No one else is in sight. I run upstairs and quietly as possible shut and lock my door. Suddenly there's banging on the door. I wake up. It was a dream. and the relief washes over me. I look over at the clock. Weird coincidence, it's 3:34 a.m. I'm shaking, but decide to go downstairs to prove to myself that everything's fine. I go downstairs. The two men are in my kitchen, screaming at my parents and brother. I run upstairs to my bedroom and lock the door. 10 seconds later, I hear banging. I woke up. Oh my God, it's one of those like you're trapped in a dream and you just keep waking up and it's still a dream. I woke up. It's 3:34 a.m. This time I had actually woke up and I don't manage to fall back asleep for about 36 hours. Yeah, I would have to stay up for the rest of that night. Like, I feel like that's a sign something bad's gonna happen. Lots of responses about lucid dreams here. I spent most of my teens and early 20s as a lucid dreamer, discovering the techniques after a childhood plague by very frightening sleep paralysis. I found message board back in 1998 where I learned to at least have fun with it. The above story wasn't a sleep paralysis experience, but it was typical of the kinds of nightmares I used to have. Weirdly enough, I rarely have nested dreams anymore and haven't had a successful attempt at lucid dreaming in a few years. My guess is that it has something to do with hormones. That's interesting. That would like really irritate me to like keep trying to like wake up and you're still in a dream. I feel like that like demonic entities could like take advantage of that. Not saying that they're necessarily causing it, because sometimes it could be like a sleeping disorder, but I feel like they could like exploit that if they wanted to. Every time I stay at my grandma's house, I hear someone walking upstairs. It starts at one side of the room, casually walks to the others, and stops. This will happen maybe twice a night. I didn't start hearing it until I was about 14, when my grandparents made me start sleeping in a different room on the first floor because they started sleeping in separate bedrooms, blah blah blah, regardless of both their rooms are also on the first floor. Okay, first of all, my grandparents love me on both sides, and if I was scared at their house, they would let me sleep with them. So that's a red flag number one. For a little backstory, I have always been afraid of the upstairs at their house. I don't know why, but it's always freaked me out, and I refuse to ever go up there alone. I'm 23 now and still won't go up there alone. There's one room specifically though. It's a long, narrow bedroom. When you open the door, there are closets on your left and right, a bed placed roughly in the middle of the room, and a window on the far side opposite of the door. I was told growing up my grandparents that the sons of the previous owner claimed to see a gorilla come out of the closet at night and dance around the room and go back in the closet. That sounds so effing scary. Ugh. And I've heard other stories of like kids in the woods like seeing gorillas, and they were hiding from it and they felt like it was chasing them, and it was in places where gorillas, like, there's no gorillas, like. So I'm wondering if demons like to shapeshift into them because it looks freaking scary, like Bigfoot. I don't know. And then also it kind of reminds me of Evil Monkey from Family Guy, like the pointing one. That's scary as hell. Oh my God. I thought nothing of this story until I had to start sleeping in the other room. The room located directly below the scary room upstairs. So the house is just haunted overall. Like I said, my grandparents would let me sleep with them. So we all go to bed. All the lights in the house are off and I'm still awake. Lying on the bed, then I heard it. Thump, thump, thump. Starting at one end of the room upstairs, it got closer to me, passed right above me, and continued to the end of the room, where it stopped. I'm wide awake, terrified out of my mind. It was no question to me that I had heard footsteps. I knew that slow, casual pace. I was freaked out and went to my grandpa's room. I told him that I heard what I heard. He told me that the house is old and it creaks. But he turned the dining room light on for me, so I felt a little safer. I tried going back to sleep. I don't know if that would make me feel safer. And this person might be one of those people who feel safer with the door open. Like, why would you? I think my grandma's like that too. She likes the door open. That's like a mental thing. Like for them, maybe they feel like they could get out quicker if danger came. But for me, I feel safer with it shut because I'm like, the danger's on the outside of the room. So not only did this person have a light turned on outside, so now you can see everything that's going on outside of your room. Wouldn't you feel safer if the door was shut and your room was like well lit? That's just me, I don't know. I tried going back to sleep. Then it started again. This time from where it ended, and the first time, by the window upstairs. It walks over me again and stops when it reached the door. I thought it was over until 5 seconds later, when I heard it coming down the stairs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Silence as it reached the landing. Then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and silence again as it reached the first floor. See, now it's coming down the damn steps and you're going to be able to see it. I was frozen and unaffected by the dining room light. Oh, I was frozen in shock. Whatever it was on the floor of the house, the first floor of the house, and sadly unaffected by the dining room light. Like, why would it be affected by it? It's a light. You just gave it a light. You just lit the path for it. I was staring at the doorway. See, now you staring at the doorway. Sucks to be you. Staring at the doorway to my room. The dining room light was shining in, and my vision began to distort. Oh, shoot. Jesus, Lord have mercy. I felt dizzy with fear, so I pulled the blanket over my head and suddenly heard scratching from inside my room. I knew exactly where it was coming from. To my grandpa's gun case. It was very obvious sound scratching on the wood. Long scratches down the front of the gun case. Dang, is it trying to kill you? Like, what's going on? I could even hear the door ever so slightly tapping against the frame as each scratch began. I tried to scream and I couldn't. I took a second to take a deep breath and let out a loud scream. In seconds, my grandpa had made it to my room and I was relieved. Like, see, me, I get so scared. Like, I don't think I would be able to scream because I would be scared like it would like attack me if I scream. So I would just lay there and suffer. Needless to say, he still didn't believe me. So I did what any normal person would do. I draped a sheet over the side of the bed and slept underneath it. I wrapped myself up tight in a comforter, put on headphones, and turned my back to the door. There could be a party of ghosts in my room and I wouldn't even know it. I don't know about that either. This person has like a weird coping mechanism for scary stuff. And my family would believe me because my family is spiritual. And so that is definitely a luxury because some people are just way too practical and they just don't believe in strange things. And sorry to say, strange things happen every day along with the scary. So, like, please believe your kids if they tell you they saw or heard something. Like, don't, like, tell them that, you know, oh, you were dreaming. No, they weren't. They actually saw something. The next morning, my grandpa told my grandma about what happened the night before. She said, oh, that's silly. You know your cousin woke me up the last time she stayed there. She came in my room saying, I hear footsteps. I slept under the bed for the rest of my week stay with them. See, and I wouldn't stay with them no more because their grandparents are insensitive. I stayed there countless times since that happened, and I hear the footsteps every time. I sleep on the top of the bed now, but sleep to my back to the door and sleep with headphones on. I haven't heard it come down the stairs since that first night, but if it does, I don't want to know. Another 10 out of 10 story would be great for a horror film because a lot of horror movies have very insensitive parents and family members that don't believe them for whatever reason. Luckily for me, that has never been in my experience, and also blessed for me that I never really experienced like scary stuff. My brother did, but I didn't. And if I was to, my family would believe me. So I'm fortunate to have that. But yes, I hope you enjoyed today's scary stories. Please enjoy the rest of the vlog. It's just going to include a lot of different things that are going on in my life, just to add a little charm to the video. Also, this week I'm turning 31 on Saturday, so happy birthday to me. There will be a vlog for that as well. 31, I'm old. Okay, we just pulled up. I'm about to go into this building behind me and get changed. I'm wearing my black lace outfit, and I'm supposed to be meeting the photographer inside, so we'll see.
But we're together. Oscar the Grouch.
So this is Chris. He's going to be doing the photography work today, and we are at the Shuffle. We're just walking downtown. It's pretty quiet. I was expecting it to be a little more busy. It's like right after Halloween, but I guess everything is kind of slowed down after the holiday. Grant's hanging out with us. Okay, these tacos are a 10 out of 10. Where you get the Coke? Over here. $2. It's supposed to have like popcorn flavor in it. Uh-huh. Do I taste it here? Salty. That's really good. Okay, so the photo shoot went really well. It was like an hour and a half. We were just doing a lot of walking. But I'm really happy. Chris was really cool and he has really good skills. So I can't wait to see how they turn out. So now we just got done eating. So now we're just gonna go head to the mall and walk around. Yeah. Okay, so now we're putting up the Christmas tree. We're home now. Like I said, November 1st, that's when you put the Christmas tree up. It's swaying a little bit. I gotta fix that. The tree's up. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and stay tuned for the next video. The next video is just going to be my 31st birthday vlog that I'm going to be doing. It's my birthday on Saturday. I'm going to be an old lady. Well, I've been an old lady. I'm 30 years old now. But yes, please stay tuned for that. Continue to support. I'm a small whatever creator, and it's been a while since I've last posted because I was having issues with storage on my stupid phone, but we finally fixed that issue, so I'm back at it. There will be more videos. There's going to be more horror stories. So yes, love you guys. Bye.